Is the person you're dating love bombing you, or is this true love with a wonderfully romantic and giving person? If you've ever felt swept off your feet by someone who seemed too perfect too soon, you may be dealing with love bombing, a tactic used in toxic relationships to manipulate and control you. But it can sometimes be hard to tell the difference between the normal excitement of a love relationship and toxic love bombing. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 tests to help you spot a love bomber before it's too late. And then I'll share some extremely important information about what it means if you've been love bombed before and what you can do about it so that you'll never be at risk of being love bombed again. My name is Stefan Gonick. I'm an expert EFT practitioner and founder of the Soulmate Attraction Academy at singletosoulmate.me, and this is Love Talk Q&A. Let's start by defining what love bombing is. Love bombing is someone meeting you, quickly putting you on a pedestal, and then giving you everything you've ever wanted in a way that can feel so magical. All of the attention, the love, the touch, the loving words, big dramatic gestures, making you feel like you are their soulmate in order to get you hooked and get you to commit to a relationship as quickly as possible. It's so seductive because we really want to feel this way. It can feel like you finally found what you've been looking for your whole life. However, every toxic relationship has a love bombing stage. This is how they keep you from walking away so they can control you. It's a crazy-making type of relationship that is very painful and leaves you wounded when it's over. So how can you tell if it's love bombing or true love with a very romantic and expressive person? There are 3 tests that you can use to tell if you're being love bombed. Test number 1, is the level of attention and expression you're getting from this person organic to where you're actually at in your relationship? When you first start dating someone you're attracted to, it's normal to be enthusiastic and to express that enthusiasm. It feels great to be excited about each other. However, you don't really know each other very well at this point, and mature connection develops gradually over time. A love bomber, however, will come on very strong very quickly, saying things like, "Feels like I have known you forever, and I've never felt this way before, and you feel like my soulmate." They'll listen very carefully to what you want and then give you those things so you'll feel so seen and very loved. But none of this is based on you because they don't actually know you. This is a manipulation to hook you and flood you with love hormones in order to bond you to them quickly. If it feels too big, too much, too soon, that's a big red flag that it could be love bombing, but it's not conclusive. The second test helps you really nail down if they are a love bomber or just a hopeless romantic. Test number 2, do they react badly if you try and slow things down? Even in healthy dating, one person can have a faster pace than the other, and this is okay. If the person you are dating is moving much faster than you are, then it can be very helpful to ask them to slow the train down so that your feelings and connection can catch up. The real test is how the other person reacts when you say that you need to slow things down. A healthy person may feel a little sad and disappointed, but they will gracefully accept your boundary because they truly care about your needs and feelings. A love bomber will have a big negative reaction when you try and slow things down. Might get angry or offended or guilt trip you or act like you are the problem. Or they will agree to slow things down, but then ignore your boundary and keep the pace fast anyway, saying like, I just love you so much, I just can't help myself. These negative reactions are a huge red flag that you're dealing with a love bomber. Test number 3, do they live by the basic rule of mutuality? This is where each person invests in the other person at a similar level in a mutual way. If one person invests way more than the other person, that's not mutual, is not healthy, and it's often for an ulterior motive. In a healthy situation, new daters invest in each other at a similar level. If the investment feels out of balance, a healthy person will tend to back off until things feel more mutual and balanced. Your relationship then keeps progressing in a mutual and balanced way. However, a love bomber knows that they're investing way more than you are in the beginning. They're doing this to try and hook you and bind you to them as quickly as possible so that they can manipulate you later. Okay, so these 3 tests now give you a way to spot a love bomber so you can get out of an unhealthy situation. However, that's not the end of the story. There's some very important things to understand that we're going to talk about next. Before we get to the most important thing, it's important to know what kind of people are love bombers. The most toxic kind of person who uses love bombing is a narcissist who tries to bond you quickly and then devalues you so they can control you for their own selfish purposes. Ultimately, your relationship comes to a dramatic end, leaving you wounded and in intense pain and feeling bad about yourself. Another type of dysfunctional person who might use love bombing is someone who is very insecure and who doesn't feel worthy of love. This person uses love bombing as a way to get you to love them, which then validates them and helps them feel better about themselves temporarily. However, this person can have a hard time receiving love, so they end up feeling dissatisfied and unhappy and end their relationship. Again, you end up feeling wounded and alone, and that there is something wrong with you, when it's really about them. Now for the most important question. Have you been love bombed more than once in your life? Do you have a pattern of attracting narcissists and or insecure people into your life? In my free mini course, The 3 Secrets to Attracting Amazing Love, I talk about there being 3 key blocks to finding your soulmate and how to heal them. The first and biggest block is being powerfully, subconsciously attracted to the wrong people. These are people who have certain negative traits in common, like being narcissists or very insecure, or get angry easily, or controlling, or needy, things like that. As long as you are powerfully subconsciously attracted to those kind of people, having a healthy relationship with true love is just not going to be possible. Also, having a way to spot the red flags isn't enough. You'll just keep finding yourself in the same situations, spotting the red flags, and then getting out of the relationships. In my free mini course, I talk about exactly what it takes to break free from these powerful subconscious negative attraction patterns so that you end up repulsed by those negative people instead of being attracted to them. So spotting red flags is no longer needed, and you are naturally attracted to a healthy partner instead. In my mini course, I also talk about the other 2 key blocks to finding love and how to break free so you can finally be with your soulmate. You can get my free mini course, The 3 Secrets to Attracting Amazing Love, at my website, singletosoulmate.me, and there's a link in the description. I hope you found my video helpful. If you did, it would really help me and other people to find the video if you take a second to like it. I look forward to responding to your questions and thoughts in the comments below. Check out my more than 130 other videos about EFT and finding your soulmate. Subscribe to my channel. Keep tapping, clear your love blocks, and you too can finally be with your soulmate.